Is Jack Stonehouse. Jack, thanks for hopping on here for a few minutes after practice today. Appreciate talking as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so everybody I've talked to, we had Dan Valari on yesterday. We've talked to a bunch of guys. Like, these practices are unbelievable that Fran's putting on. Like, they're barely getting off the field after. What is a Fran Brown practice like from your perspective, Jack?
Yeah, for sure. It's fast. It's nonstop. All of these guys are coming off the field gassed. They're getting water right away. But you can tell the difference where these guys are gassed and they're still going and going and going and pushing. So we get a little bit of that when we go in special teams period. So we're all running on the field and all of that. But even right now after practice, I mean, there's guys staying after getting punt returns, kick returns. Wide receivers are getting catches. So it's a lot more commitment from the team, I think.
How prepared as a group do you feel right now? We're a little bit more than 2 weeks out for the season. What level of preparation are you guys feeling as a group?
We're ready. We want to face people in different uniforms, I think. We're ready.
All right, so the opener is 16 days from now when Ohio will be here. And obviously, you know, it's always tough when there's a coaching transition, right? And it's always interesting with the specialists. You have new group people to work with. James Villano's in as your special teams coach. What kind of work has he done with you, Jack, during his first few months with the team here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we love Coach V. He came in and he did it the right way. He learned all the specialists did well. He didn't come in and change a bunch. He came in, said, hey, guys, let's figure out what you guys do best, what you guys need to work on, and then we'll just work from there. So a lot of our drills are basically what we need to do, and then when we go out to special teams period, it's fast, and we're expected to do the best that we possibly can, and we hit the film room pretty hard as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's a higher standard for sure, but that's the way it has to be, I feel like.
And I feel usually, you know, it's always different, right, with the punters and the kickers. Like, you got to be in your own world in a lot of ways to get your stuff down. Like, I don't know how many tweaks you need in your game from last year, but what did he help you with some of that, or are you doing your own thing there? How is the relationship like when it comes to literally you kicking the football?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone can always get better. I mean, that's the mindset you need to have in order to get better. So obviously, I'm open to everything that he says, and we actually work very well together. We sit down, watch film. We understand each other. We understand where we're coming from. But I think the biggest thing that I have been working on and that he agreed with was just, I mean, we need to get a lot more work into the wind. I know we're in a dome, but not everyone else is. So I think that's something that I wanted to do, and we've been just doing that every day.
You had statistically one of the best punting seasons in school history last year. When you factor in net punting, it was second best of all time. Obviously, that encompasses everything you're talking about, dealing with elements, dealing with coverage, preventing returns. What is the whole unit like this year when you switch it up? How has it been working, you know, with the unit, the coverage, you know, getting the ball in the right place? What's that transition been like for you this year?
Right. Our goal, Coach Fran and Coach Jimmy V, do a really good job. We're putting our best guys, our best foot forward on that. And our goal is obviously to get 0 return yards. So that means a lot more hang time, matching with distance. So that allows me to let the ball rip, but also get some hang time and get our gunners down there. But a lot of it, I mean, we're putting our best foot forward, and we don't want any returns this year. So hopefully our net goes up, our average goes up, and that's what we're shooting for. All
right, 0 return yards would be an impressive job if you guys pulled that off over the course of the season. As we have Jack Stonehouse with us.
That's what we're shooting for.
Hey, you've got 0 right now, so why not keep it there as we work our way toward the start of the season? As Jack's with us now, you know, somebody in our chat asked this earlier. I'll ask you this, Jack. So when you're in the dome, I know you guys don't practice in there a ton, but there is the center hung scoreboard. It's not been hit in a game. Have you hit it when you've been in there practicing?
So I have actually, when we go in there pre-game and all of that, I will donate 2 balls of just trying to absolutely hit it. Doesn't matter where it goes. I'm just trying to absolutely smash it. But during actually last year's spring ball game, my whole warm-up, I was just trying to hit it. That was our whole goal. And it looks like when you're on the field, it looks like you're close. I think the highest ball that I punted in that warm-up was like a 5.38. and my dad was sitting in the stands, and he was like, "It's really not even that close." So it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen, but it's got to be a gigantic ball.
Okay, because I know like it's happened right in Cowboys Stadium. I don't know how high that one hangs versus the one in the dome of the field. I know NFL punters have done it like kind of in exhibition games just to like make a point, right? Like, yeah, we can do it. We're not actually going to do it in the game because that would be a bad punt. I do wonder the difference, right, Jack? But it must be possible, right, to get the ball up there.
That's the goal. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to hit it. I obviously wouldn't also try to hit it in the game. I think in that situation, it's more putting the ball where it needs to be. But it would be pretty cool to hit it.
All right, so hopefully you tag one, maybe before Ohio, tag one in warm-ups before a game this year. The other of my extremely important questions. So we had Coach Fran out in an event we did a couple of the weeks ago, and as you know, Robert Wright, the linebackers coach, has been growing an impressive mustache here the last couple of weeks. So I mentioned that to Fran, and he immediately brought you up and said, "Have you bleached your mustache? What's going on in your face right now? What are you working?"
A lot of the defenders were saying, "Oh, we're just going to go mustache for camp," and I was like, I immediately was like, "Oh God, if we're going to do mustaches, then I gotta make my mustache a little bit better than everyone else." And so I originally dyed it red, white, and blue, and quickly found out that it didn't look very good. So the next night, I dyed it just bright orange, and I had that for about a week and a half, and now it's back to normal. But we did have orange there for a second.
All right, Fran said this would have been 2 days before camp started, so this would have been a couple weeks ago. He said he promised to dye his for a day. Did this ever happen? Like, did he tell you this?
He has told me that. It hasn't happened, and I said it once, and he said he's going to do it, and I trust him. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think he's going to do it. I just don't know when.
Okay. I advised him just to do it like that first Friday at camp, and like one day nobody will see it and move on with life. So maybe he can do it another time. I will say, though, like your stash is clearly the leader of the team. Robert's done Robert's done a fantastic job, though. It feels growing it in this summer. I don't know about you. I'm impressed at what the linebackers coach has pulled off.
I'm very impressed. He's got a thick mustache. We have this little handshake now where when we walk into meetings, we rub not each other's mustache. We rub our own mustache, but it's a handshake.
All right, you got a whole club. Is anyone else in your crazy mustache club? Like, is it just you two, or is anybody else join what you got going on here?
I know JV had a mustache. I think his hair has grown out since then. Derek did mustache. Fadil Diggs did a mustache. And a lot of other people just did them.
Okay, these are the important questions we ask. Jack has provided. These are the answers I've wanted to know for weeks. So we've cleared that up here going to this season. We'll see. So this for the defenders. This is just for camp. Are these? Is Robert going to keep this thing? It would be a shame to lose such a glorious mustache as we get to the season here. Do you have any idea what his future plans are here?
I mean, if you were to ask me, I'd say keep it. I love it, but his hair, it looks like it grows out pretty darn fast. So I don't know. I think that's up to him. I think that's a him question.
Okay. Well, there we go. We've asked the important mustache questions that people have been wanting to know. All right. Jack Stonehouse with us. As said, we're 16 days out from the season, so it's 2 weeks from Saturday coming up. You said you guys are ready for it now. How excited is the group for this season? You know, new coaching staff, a lot of new guys. Like, what is the level of excitement compared to other years that you've entered here, be it at Syracuse, be it at Missouri, be it wherever in your career?
Right. I think there's a fine line between like excitement and being like determined. I think this team is like very determined. I think that we want to show people that this is the actual Syracuse. We're coming out this season. We're going to do well. We're going to come hot. And I think the excitement is there, but I think more determined. There's, like I said before, I mean, there's guys staying after practice every day and film every day. So I think we just want to be able to do what we need to do, but then like in the season, we need to get that done. And I think that's more of what is going on, more determination than excitement, I think.
It feels to me, Jack, and tell me if I'm wrong here, that the internal ceiling has come off. Like that, a lot of talk about, we want to win the national championship or the conference championship. It can come off as boastful, but it feels more like it's just like, well, why not, right? Like, what's the general vibe of that thought of like, why can't we do these things in the locker room right now?
Right. I think it's a lot of with this new leadership. I think taking on leadership roles has a big part. I think Coach Brown has established a very good leadership role. I think a lot of these guys are bought in, and it's not. I mean, nothing really slides by. Everything is detailed, and I think when leadership roles do their jobs and guys really buy in, I mean, there's really nothing you can do to actually stop an entire team. When a team knows that maybe people are downing on them, then there's really nothing that can stop us. If we're all bought in, we're all determined to do what we need to do. I think the national championship is our goal, and that's what we're going to work for every day.
No, good note to edit on there, Jack. We're looking forward to seeing you guys take that first step on the field coming up in 16 days. Always great to chat. Thanks so much, Jack, for hopping on for a few minutes today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
There